I'm Hellrand. I'm one of 25 owners of this news outlet. We are located in Estonia, the northeast corner of Europe. Estonia here, and Hiiu island being on the west coast of Estonia in the Baltic Sea. There are just below 10,000 residents on the island, spread over 1,000 square kilometers, 182 villages. I have the lighthouse here because the specific situation in the island means there are a lot of people who have roots in the island but live elsewhere in Estonia, in Europe, or in the wide world. And there are many thousand people who have their second homes on the island, so they have a strong connection where they spend several months every year. That's our audience. And we are the only newsroom, the only media outlet on the island operating on a tight shoestring budget. This is how it started. The paper was founded in 1997, and it looked pretty much like that when 2022 we saved it from bankruptcy. So 25 people from the community bought the paper out and turned it around into something like this. With a new team, we changed from publishing bi-weekly print to weekly print last summer. We print 2,500 copies to 1,500 subscribers. Almost 100% of our online is behind paywall, and we also publish a podcast. By December last year, we had reached 600 online subscribers. And that was a challenge. We had hit a glass ceiling of online subscriber growth. Nothing changed. This is my editor-in-chief, by the way, not some random guy. So we thought, what should we do? We did Instagram campaigns. We did a campaign on the ferry, but just couldn't break this ceiling. What do they really want? That's a question, because we are reaching audiences who are sort of old-grown island families, and then the mainland Tallinn hipster people who come there to surf and sail. We thought, okay, let's do more video content, or maybe do a newsletter, but how about doing an audience survey first? And then we were really lucky. We had a session with Peter, and we could absolutely streamline and point to the target, the questions we were asking, not asking too many questions. So what we found out, 280 people replied to our online survey within 1 month. 72% of those had been readers of the paper since more than 10 years. 50% of those who replied were actually diaspora members, so the people we want to attract. And that's what they said they want. They want stories about their neighbors, about their villages, about their communities, to be part of it, to find identity, to find soul, to find paradise. But we also have analytics. What they really read. They read death obituaries. All right, well, never mind. We get to that. So we the newsletter. We created a prototype and tested it, sent it out to people who had ever subscribed us, whose emails we had. We tested it with our 25 owners, with people we met on the ferry or in the supermarket. I mean, it's messy, right? So we had, luckily, another session with Peter, and this came out of it. So scrapped all the bells and whistles, clean and lean, and that's where we've been going. We started with 1,500 subscribers. Now we have hit 1,832. And the online subscribers have gone up to 822 by stand yesterday. So we did actually manage to break the ceiling. And that's what I'm most proud of. Here we started a newsletter, and we've been on a high plateau and hit 200,000 monthly views just this month. What we learned, try one thing at a time. We did want to do the video content, but we were just Just didn't have the mental resource, the human capacity to do that. So we put that aside for a while. We did improve analytics routines. We have a proper overview every Monday, so we know what the people actually like, and we share this with all contributors. And the survey really confirmed what we knew as a gut feeling. We are the lighthouse. We need to keep blinking, because what our readers want, they want identity, they want community, they want connection. That's what we plan to keep doing, and obviously we need to innovate more to stay on the ball. That's it.
Really inspiring. Thank you. My question is, when you bought the newspaper, when did you put the paywall, the hard paywall? Because you said 100% of the content is behind the paywall. Did you do it straight away, or what was the process?
No, we had to actually redo the whole web design, because the old online was from the 90s and it was broken, and so it took us about 6 months to get the new web up, and then. But this is a very crucial thing in Estonia. Many 100,000 people, they all pay for media, so it's the country.
We were wondering in terms of obituaries, if you do longer form storytelling of someone's life, or just notices that someone died?
We do both. If there's prominent people, and this month there were 3 prominent people in terms of the island who died, so we have a long form. But the notices that people put in the paper, those are actually the ones that drive traffic. Not being paid on.
Thank you very much for this answer. 2 quick questions. One is, we need to know what your shirt says. And the second one is, out of the 200 plus subscribers that you got and you broke the ceiling, do you know how many were already on the island and how many were the sort of what you call the diaspora?
The shirt, that's actually in Hiiu dialect. That's great YouTube. All talks, all stories, yeah. And the second question, I don't know. I can't answer. I don't know.
Okay.
Thank you. I was wondering how much is your subscription, and what is your ultimate goal? At how many subscribers do you think that the media is safe and how do you say profitable? And,
we are profitable already. First month is $1.99, and from then $4.99 per month. The print subscription is depending on the period you buy, but the best package is about €10 for print and online, so a combo subscription. And we are a couple more questions. But we make a small profit. All our 25 shareholders were actually saying when they popped in, okay, call us when you need more money. We have actually paid back half of it. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll go with you, Nadia, a little bit. And if anyone wants to also ask a question, feel free to raise your hand.
Thank you for the presentation. My question is, when you plan to do analytics, where do you start? What analytics are the most important in the beginning of the process? How do you choose? Because there is a lot of analytics. What's important to follow, and especially in the beginning, what's important to look at in the beginning?
What we look at is the number of people reading a story. So we create this top 10 of every week, and that's I think that's the simplest way, because a lot of our writers are freelance contributors, so if you don't want to overload your own staff with a lot of information, but this is a very simple thing. You can every week you can look at what are the 3 top stories what are the 5 top stories, and that's where to start. We haven't got
What's the next thing we need?
to be honest, I don't know yet.
Any other questions? We have, yes.
Thank you. My question is, in general, how people in Estonia are ready to read the stories on the website, not in social media like Instagram or Twitter?
They do obviously also go on social media, but it's just, I think, overall the big media houses started this subscription model fairly early on, so people got used to it, got used to paying for their news, so the uptake is really, really high. In the Estonian-speaking population, the Russian-speaking population is not paying for media.
One more question there. I was going to say, Barbara, that you asked any questions because we had 5 male figures asking questions, so we should balance that out.
We publish only island-related topics or so Estonian national topics or general global?
Mostly island related. All our editorials, all our opinion pieces always have to have some island connection. So we really try to help and build this identity. We publish an editorial once a month in the local dialect and use a word from the local dialect in every editorial. And yes, it's island related topics.
Can I one more thing?
Sure.
Do you maybe organize some events also?
Yes, we do. We have organized like sort of a public discussion every summer, where as a side event, and this summer there's sort of a annual highlight of Hiiu, which is called the kohvikute, the coffee days, when like people open cafes in their homes and their yards in August, first weekend of August. So we did that this summer as well. It was very, very tough. I mean, I had my children cooking there. I said never again, but let's see. Next summer. Yeah. But I mean, and we had the cafe, and then we obviously had like talks. We had interviews that we could that we recorded for the podcast, for the paper. So it did have quite a good result in that way. And people were very happy to come and talk to us about the paper and express their gratitude and criticism.
That's great. Thank you for giving us a little roundup of your work. Thanks so much. You can applaud.